Hey everyone, this is MIRA podcast. Here we are talking about all things related to UAE property, investments and living. But today we are going to take a closer look at Amman and especially at the city of Salalah. And we are happy to welcome Mr. Vayu Al-Lavazzi, Chief Executive Officer for MIRA Tourism Development. Thank you for joining us today, and if you don't mind, let's start from some basics. Can you tell us about Amman?
Oman is the furthest eastern point of the Arab world. It's a country that's larger than the UK in terms of land size, extremely peaceful, very politically stable, always been neutral in terms of any global conflicts. And so people know it for two things. One is its natural beauty, its culture, but also its political stability that makes investors and buyers very comfortable considering it as their investment destination.
What is Hawana Salalah? What does it represent? How many years did it take from the start to nowadays, and what are the plans in the future?
So Salalah is in the southernmost point of Oman, or in the south of Oman. It's a beautiful location in terms of natural beauty. Salalah has mountains, it has waterfalls, it has green mountains, it has a beautiful coastal line on the Arabian Sea connected to the Indian Ocean. And historically, it was the port from which frankincense, the gift of kings, used to be exported around the world, and continues to be a very important port today in a more modern, of course, situation. Hawana Salalah is approximately 13.5 million square meters of land with 7 kilometers of natural beach, exotic beaches. It's really gorgeous. And what we've been doing over the past 15 years since the start of the project is building the infrastructure for the project, which was the marina, the tourism infrastructure, all the beautiful hotels that we've created. We have approximately 1,200 hotel rooms. These cater for Europeans in the winter and the GCC market in the summer, where Salalah becomes very green and has this monsoon effect. And Hawana Salalah has a mix of residential offerings. These are apartments, villas, and so on. They're all secondary homes. People buy it because they want somewhere peaceful to go and spend time with their loved ones in the summer and in the winter. In the winter, we get a lot of Europeans that come from various countries: German tourists, Italians, Czech, Poles, and various other nationalities. And we run at extremely high occupancies because we run our own flights to Salalah, so we don't need to depend on other airlines. We have about 11 flights a week that come to fill our hotels. So and the project is really offering you a water lifestyle. Everything is close to the water, close to the beach, high quality offerings, high quality residential development that caters to all the nationalities, the GCC and the Arabs in the summer and the Europeans in the winter.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Hawana Salalah a master development by MIRA, so everything in it is done by only one developer, right?
Yes, so this is a land that the government has granted MIRA amongst various other projects that we have in Oman. The government is a partner with us through their tourism development arm, Omran. Our other partners, our strategic partners in MIRA, are Orascom Development, that is listed on the Swiss Stock Exchange. And they have been extremely successful over the past 35 years, developing projects in Egypt, Switzerland, Montenegro, Ras Al Khaimah, of course, Oman, the UK. And their approach to development is extremely different and unique compared to others. They don't build primary homes. They're not interested in high-rise. Everything is very low density, very much nature-based, very much about waters and lagoons and experiences. And that's exactly what Oman has to offer. So it's been an excellent partnership between a formidable international partner and full government support.
As far as I know, it's not only low-rise construction community, it's community that offers both residential experience and hotel-type experience, right? And they are connected together somehow, right? So all people who buy property there, they basically live at the resort, right?
Yeah, so basically you are living a resort life. You are, the moment you wake up in the morning, open your curtains, you'll have a water view, either the beach or the water canals or the marina. The moment you walk out, you're in the resort, so you can go to one of the hotels for lunch or for a spa treatment. You can go to the marina if you have your boat there, or rent a boat. You can go out for deep sea fishing or diving, or just enjoying the water or the various water sports. You can go to the water park where you and your kids or the family can have fun. So it's very much about a very relaxed, slower lifestyle that allows you to just basically forget the tough life outside and all the hustle and bustle. You're away from a major city. It's just clean air, beautiful breezes, just fresh life, and you could just sit on the beach, you could camp on the beach. So it's very much living a resort life while you're there, whether you're a resident or a visitor.
And I guess the first question any foreigner would ask is about the amenities, the infrastructure. Is it all there already, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the whole journey of a visitor coming in, 103 countries don't need visas today, so they can just jump on a plane and fly to Salalah. The airport is an excellent international airport with very modern facilities. It opened just a few years ago. The transportation things are very easy in Salalah. We send our VIP services to our guests, or our tourists come through the tour operators. Once they arrive, all the facilities that they need are there, as I said, whether it's entertainment, whether it's relaxation, whether it's just staying in their house. And even if they don't want to leave their house, they have the full concierge services in terms of housekeeping, cleaning, landscaping, catering, or they can use any of our hotels. So the whole journey for a customer is stress-free, to be honest. There are no points where they feel like they regret the decision of visiting or investing in our project.
Well, I guess every city has its strong points, and most our viewers, they know a lot about Dubai, but maybe not so much about Oman and Salalah in general. Can you name like 3 things that are like much more interesting in Salalah? So what should we know first?
Good question. I think the first thing that comes to mind is nature. You have these beautiful natural beaches and the wide ocean views that I think strikes everyone who comes. They just fall in love with it. Secondly, I think it's that sense of peace and tranquility. When I'm there, when I spend a few days there, looking at the project and hosting investors and buyers, I feel differently. I'm more relaxed. I'm able to think clearer. The breeze is fresh and so on. And thirdly, the experiences, the opportunities. Our visitors can go to the mountains, they can go hiking, they can go to local villages, they can try local food, but they can spend it, within the resort doing various activities. So it's the options that are also available to you, away from a fast-paced, stressful life. I mean, if that's what you crave, then you don't go to Salalah. You go there because you want to relax, you want to just wind down, you want to drop your guard and just feel comfortable. And that's really what Salalah is about. And Oman generally is like that.
And all these mountains and historic villages, how far away are they from the...
I mean, the closest town to us is less than 10 minutes away, Taqa, which is a small fishing village and so on, with natural creeks and mangrove trees. The other locations are 30 to 40 minutes away. There's nothing that requires hours and hours of drive. But of course, for people who like to drive, they can take the coastal road and they can drive for 10 hours and they won't finish seeing all the beaches. I mean, it's a very large country and there's a lot of space for people to also camp on their own if they want. So you have the best of both worlds. You want to drive for 10 minutes, half an hour, or 5 hours. You will always find something nice and experience to do.
I guess after all these years, you've had clients from all over the world. And have you noticed some preferences by country, from country to country. Especially, I'm interested about post-Soviet states. What property do these clients choose?
So when we first started, our focus was very much on the local market and on the GCC market. With time, we've realized that, especially with our hotels, we are able to attract a lot of European visitors to our hotels. So our biggest clients over the years have been Germans, Poles, Slovakians, Slovenians, Czechs. This year we're starting Hungary, Romania, Armenia, in terms of travelers to our hotel guests. And they tend to then buy because they love it. They come a few times. They just subscribe to that lifestyle and they just want to be part of it. But we also market directly from our residential sales side to various countries. Over the past 6 months, I would say there's been a real uptake for Russian clients who like it, who've heard about it through the various promotions and marketing activities the government's undertaking. And that has brought in a lot of Russian investment, and more so because it's become easy to set up businesses, to come in, buy properties very easily. Visas are not required to visit and so on. So that's another market, a very large and important market that we see has started to come in. Western Europe will always be an important market for us. And yet we haven't even explored a fraction of the world. In the future, we also want to focus on the Asian markets and so on. But at the moment, I would say GCC, CIS, ex-CIS, and Western Europe are our main targets.
How is the purchasing process similar or maybe different from, let's say, Dubai? So it's as I understand, it's full ownership and the client gets a residential visa. Can you guide me through this?
Yeah, so we have a well-established law for allowing freehold ownership. So for the past 15 years in Oman, all nationalities are able to buy in these projects that have been designated by the government to be tourism projects. So like you have in Dubai, you have certain free zones or freehold zones. It's the same thing. There are certain freehold zones. We have the only license in the south of Oman at the moment for our project to allow foreigners to buy. The buying process is somewhat similar to Dubai. You pay a down payment, you sign an SPA, your money goes into an escrow account, so you are protected by law. The escrow has to be one of the established banks and so on, one of the government-approved banks. The only difference for us is our registration fee of 3% is paid on completion of the unit, not upfront.
So it's like DLD in Dubai, right?
Yes, so the DLD equivalent fee is paid after the completion of the unit, which is roughly 2 to 3 years after you sign the agreement. That's the only difference. Other than that, you have the whole protection of the law, you have the residency on signing, and all of the other benefits that you would expect in making an investment like this.
Thinking about the last couple of years, do you see a large secondary market in Hawana Salalah in general, or people just prefer to live there and don't resell?
We don't have a very active resale market in Hawana, and I think it's interesting because we keep asking buyers if they want to sell. We have a lot of investors who come and want to buy immediately. It's something to move
Something
in.
ready, yes?
Exactly. But the owners don't want to sell. They tend to hold on to their. There's very few units that are actually published for sale. Some of the older units are, but none of the new units. People are eager. They ask us, when is the unit going to be ready? I want to start renting it. I want to start using it with my family. So we don't have an active market, mainly because people just want to hang on to it. It's not expensive. They don't need the cash most of the time. They don't need to let go, and they know with time it will appreciate further and the project will be even more popular. So we don't see a lot of sales, surprisingly. You would think it will be very active and there'll be transactions every day.
So I guess if someone decides to sell, they won't have any problem, yes?
I mean, yes, I would imagine, especially for ready units in so our project has gone through an evolution. The first few phases were very large units. Over the last few years, we've built more market preferred sizes in terms of bedrooms, unit sizes, and so on. So the price point has become very attractive. The usability, the service charge, everything has become very attractive, and hence they have become, they've been easier to sell, and people hang on to them. And if they're ready, yes, people would love to have things that they could buy immediately.
And what size do you call the market more preferable for the market?
Yeah, I mean, our for Amazi, our latest project, and Amazi is spread over 1 million square meters of land with 500 villas, so very low density, or 500 units, very low density in terms of the offering. We start from approximately 760 square feet all the way up to 2,500 square feet. So, and we have seen that different market demographics, different segments are drawn by different product. People who only want to use it in the summer are going for the smaller units. People who see it potentially as a primary home, or at least home for part of the year for them, are going for the 3 and 4 bedroom. We don't have any more villas that are 3,000 square feet, 4,000, 5,000. Those are not really in demand today. However, our future phases for our signature villas will be larger, because more and more we're seeing demand from exclusive buyers who want beachfront, who want this kind of lifestyle and so on. But currently we're very much focused on our Amazi project with its current offering, Amazi Cove, which is this range. Our prices are extremely competitive.
Compared to Dubai?
Compared to Dubai, or for that matter, compared to any other city that offers what we offer today. I think, our prices, every time I offer the prices, people look up and say, wow, that's really good. I mean, I can see, buying a property on a water canal as a chalet, starting from 700,000 dirhams is really not expensive on the waterfront. So I think you'll agree this is not an expensive property by any means, with excellent finishing, fully finished, including the white goods, the air conditioning, and everything. So you get the keys and you can move in.
Well, the question that must be asked, we are sitting in Dubai, one of the most metropolitan cities where foreigners are like norm. How a foreigner feels in Oman? Is it like something new for the country, or it's okay and you can feel comfortable?
I mean, if you look at it's not just now, but historically over the centuries, Oman has always been a very outward-looking country in terms of its seafaring history. We had, Sindbad the sailor is Omani. We have the Omani Empire stretched all the way to Africa, Zanzibar, and parts of Asia. Our traders used to go as far as Malaysia and China, trading over the centuries and so on, using the monsoon winds. So it's always been a country, especially on the coastal side, it's always been a country that has had interaction with different cultures, religion, races, and so on. And so that's built into our DNA, it's built into our history, it's built into our very tolerant and guest-friendly attitude. Today, Oman, be it its capital city, Muscat or Salalah, gets a lot of visitors, has allowed foreign ownership for 15 years, allows companies to be set up, has also continued that tradition. So it's not a new habit we're trying to learn as Omanis. It's something that we've grown up with over generations and generations. So to be honest, I've never heard any visitor, buyer, investor say I was not made welcome. I felt I was treated badly, or I really felt like you guys don't welcome foreigners, or you have any form of inbuilt discrimination. It's not in our personality or character. And that's why people fall in love with the country. They just feel welcome. They feel the warmth of the people. And it brings them as guests. And then after a few visits, they become homeowners and residents.
Can you talk a bit more about the tourist season? When we've been to Salalah, it was really surprising because you don't expect it. So it's maybe it's different seasons, several tourist seasons a year.
True.
Can you get?
Indeed. I mean, Salalah is not reliant on a single season. It has a very interesting phenomena where in the summer, between roughly mid-June to mid-September, we have what we call the Kharif, which is the autumn season. During that, we get the very light monsoon effect, leading to drizzle, light rains, fog, cloudy weather, very dreamy weather throughout those 3 months. And then after that, we have a few weeks or approximately a month where things slow down. And then the Europeans start coming in because they obviously love the sun and the beach and the water activities and swimming in the ocean and so on. And so October to now end of May, the season used to be end of April, now it's stretching to end of May. It's very much a European oriented towards the sun and the sand and the activities. So it's very interesting, which means not only do our hotels stay busy with different types of clientele throughout the year, but our buyers also benefit from rentals that they can offer to the different visitors throughout the year. Different requirements, different segment, but still there's demand more or less throughout the year, at least 10 months of the year.
Well, you've already said that the secondary market is not very active, but still, if we're talking about the prices, regarding the last several years, maybe what's usual price difference in Hawana Salalah from like off-plan to when it comes like ready to move in? So what's the price growth, ROI?
Yeah, I mean, we have, again, what we do is we sell very early on in the off-plan process, and then we build according to our sales and so on. We have not built anything that we have kind of kept and so on. What we have seen is there has been over the past, let's say 1 or 2 releases, there's been approximately an increase of 30%. We've been able to increase our prices up to 30% because we were so underpriced previously. And we continue to believe that there will be more and more uptake. With the prices per square feet that I mentioned, it's extremely competitive today with any market that offers what we offer. Actually, I don't think there's any market that offers you anything with that kind of offering. And so there's always room for us to increase, which means buyers buying today will benefit from the fact that we're continuously or incrementally adding to our prices. And of course, their ready units will benefit from the fact that they're ready and in demand.
But so that 30% is like, it was raised by you as a company. I mean, maybe you've seen some of the owners selling it for like what?
I mean, again, as I said, there are not enough transactions for me to give you a statistically valid number. I mean, it's very much, if I had, say, 100 units sold every year, I can say the average price difference was X or Y. Because we don't have enough, it's very difficult. Some made some decent returns, some made a big killing. So I really don't want to give you a number that's not reflective, but I do know there's demand there, especially today. A lot of people from around the world, especially after COVID and just getting fed up with what happened and want to be somewhere where they feel that they will have an assured life, they have a good lifestyle, they have the access to nature, the beaches, the activities, and so on. Either throughout the year or at least partially during the year, where they can benefit from the everything we have to offer, and that demand will continue. I think more and more people want to unwind, to go to beautiful locations, and Hawana Salalah is definitely one of them.
Well, Mr. Labati, it was a pleasure. And the final question, please describe Salalah with just 3 words.
Nature, beauty, peace.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.